Vibe coding for the financial dimension. Money, the word that makes people uncomfortable, the topic that is impolite to discuss at dinner, the thing that everyone thinks about and nobody talks about. I want to talk about money. Not because money is the most important thing, it is not, but because money is the thing that limits most people. And when you understand money, you stop being limited by it. You start using it as a tool instead of being used by it. I grew up in Kenya. My grandmother taught me about money before anyone else did. She did not teach me with lectures or textbooks. She taught me with her hands. She sold vegetables in the market. She saved coins in a tin under her bed. She lent money to neighbors who needed it, and she collected it back without shame. She invested in livestock because livestock grew. She did not call it investing. She called it growing. And that is what money does when you understand it. It grows. My grandmother had no formal education. She could not read or write, but she understood money better than people with MBA degrees. She understood that money is a tool, that it should be used, not hoarded, that it should flow, not stagnate, that it should serve a purpose, not just exist. And she understood that the purpose of money is to create freedom. Freedom to feed your family. Freedom to send your children to school. Freedom to help someone in need. Freedom to live with dignity. When I started building apps, I carried my grandmother's wisdom with me. I did not build apps to get rich. I built apps to create freedom. Financial freedom for myself and for my users. And that distinction matters because it shapes every decision you make as a builder. Let me explain what I mean. When you build to get rich, you make decisions that maximize short-term revenue. You charge as much as possible. You add as many paid features as possible. You create artificial scarcity to drive sales. You optimize for extraction. Every user is a revenue unit. Every feature is a monetization opportunity. Every interaction is a sales funnel. This approach can make you money quickly, but it also makes your users feel used. And users who feel used live. When you build to create freedom, you make different decisions. You charge fair prices that reflect the value you provide. You create free tiers so that people who cannot afford to pay can still benefit. You build features that solve real problems, not just generate revenue. You optimize for impact. Every user is a person you are serving. Every feature is a solution you are providing. Every interaction is an opportunity to help. This approach makes less money in the short term, but it creates loyalty. And loyalty compounds into long-term revenue that extraction never can. Let me tell you about my pricing philosophy. When I launched Smart Investor Leader, I priced the 5-day challenge at €47. Some people told me that was too low. They said you should charge 97 or 197. The content is worth it, the transformation is worth it, and they were right about the value, but they were wrong about the price. Because my goal was not to maximize revenue per user. My goal was to maximize the number of people who could afford to learn about money. €47 is affordable for most working adults. It is not cheap enough to feel worthless. It is not expensive enough to feel exclusive. It is the price of a dinner out, a dinner that is forgotten in a day. The challenge lasts 5 days and the knowledge lasts a lifetime. That price point was a financial decision, but it was also a philosophical one. I wanted to remove money as the barrier to financial education. If I priced it at €197, I would exclude the exact people who needed it most. The people who cannot afford expensive financial advisors. The people who are living paycheck to paycheck. The people who are one emergency away from crisis. I also created a free tier. Free users get access to basic content and the affiliate program. They can learn the fundamentals and they can earn money by referring others. This is important because some people cannot afford €47. and I refuse to let poverty be the reason someone stays financially illiterate. The free tier is not a loss leader. It is a mission to make financial education accessible to everyone regardless of their income. Now let me talk about the business model of building apps. Because if you want to build apps as a career, you need to understand how apps make money. There are several revenue models, and each has implications for how you build. The first model is one-time payment. A user pays once and gets permanent access. This is the simplest model. It is easy to understand, easy to implement, easy to sell, but it has a limitation. You only get paid once. If you want to grow revenue, you need to find new customers constantly. There is no recurring revenue. I use this model for my 5-day challenge. Users pay once and get the challenge. It works because the challenge is a finite experience. 5 days, done. But it is not my main revenue source because it does not compound. The second model is subscription. A user pays monthly or annually and gets access as long as they pay. This is the model I use for my membership. 27 euros a month or 97 euros a year. The beauty of subscription is that it compounds. 10 subscribers generate 270 euros a month. 20 generate 540. 50 generate 1,350. And you do not need to find new customers to grow. You just need to keep the ones you have and add a few each month. The compounding effect of subscriptions is the most powerful force in software revenue. But subscriptions come with a responsibility. You must provide ongoing value. If a subscriber pays 27 euros a month, they need to receive at least 27 euros of value each month. If they do not, they cancel. So a subscription model forces you to keep improving. Keep adding content. Keep enhancing the experience. It is not passive income. It is active income that requires ongoing work. But the work is worth it because the revenue is predictable and grows over time. The third model is freemium. The basic version is free and the premium version is paid. This is what I use across most of my apps. Free users get a taste. Paid users get the full experience. The free tier serves two purposes. It lets people try before they buy, and it creates a pool of potential customers who you can convert over time. The key to freemium is balancing what you give for free and what you charge for. Give too much for free and nobody upgrades. Give too little and nobody signs up. The balance is delicate and you find it through testing. The fourth model is affiliate. You let other people promote your app and pay them a commission on sales. I give 60% commission to my affiliates. That means for every 47 euro sale, the affiliate gets 28 euros and 20 cents and I get 18 euros and 80 cents. Some people think that is too generous. They say you are giving away more than half your revenue, but they do not understand the economics. An affiliate brings me a customer I would never have reached. Without the affiliate, that customer does not exist. So 18 euros and 80 cents from a new customer is better than 0 from a customer I never had. And that customer might buy again, might upgrade to a membership, might refer others. The lifetime value of that customer far exceeds the one-time commission I give up. The affiliate model is how I plan to scale my ecosystem. 7 apps each with a 60% affiliate program. Hundreds of affiliates promoting across multiple platforms. Each affiliate is a distribution channel I did not have to build. Each commission is a customer acquisition cost I only pay when a sale happens. No upfront marketing spend. No risk. Just performance-based compensation. That is the smartest marketing model I know. The fifth model is marketplace commission. You create a platform where buyers and sellers meet and you take a percentage of every transaction. This is the model for no covers. Builders list their apps. Buyers purchase them. The platform takes a commission. The beauty of this model is that you do not create the products. Your sellers do. You just provide the infrastructure. And the more sellers you have, the more buyers come. The more buyers that come, the more sellers list. The flywheel spins and the platform grows without you creating anything new. Now, I want to talk about something that most builders do not think about. Financial sustainability. Not just making money, but managing it. Because I have seen builders who make a lot of money and still go broke. Because making money and managing money are two different skills. And you need both. When I first started making money from my apps, I made every mistake. I spent the money as fast as it came in. New equipment, new tools, new subscriptions, things I thought I needed but did not. It was not until I applied my own financial education to my own business that things changed. I started tracking revenue, tracking expenses, tracking profit. I started setting aside money for taxes. I started reinvesting in the business instead of spending on lifestyle. I started paying myself a fixed amount instead of taking whatever was in the account. These are not glamorous decisions. They are boring. But they are the difference between a business that survives and a business that thrives. Because revenue without discipline is just money passing through your hands on its way somewhere else. You see it, but you do not keep it. Discipline is what makes you keep it. I also want to talk about the relationship between money and fear. When I was struggling to pay my children's school fees, I was terrified. And that fear affected every decision I made. I underpriced my work because I was afraid of losing clients. I said yes to projects I should have said no to because I was afraid of missing income. I made short-term decisions that hurt my long-term business because I was in survival mode. The moment I started making consistent revenue from my apps, the fear decreased. Not because I had a lot of money, because I had predictable money. Predictability is the antidote to financial fear. When you know that 27 euros will come in from each subscriber next month, you can plan. You can think long-term. You can make decisions from abundance instead of scarcity. And decisions from abundance are always better than decisions from scarcity. That is why I love subscription revenue. Not just because it compounds, because it creates predictability. And predictability creates peace. And peace creates better decisions. And better decisions create more revenue. It is a virtuous cycle. Revenue leads to predictability, which leads to peace, which leads to better decisions, which leads to more revenue. The cycle goes up. But it starts with revenue. And revenue starts with building something people will pay for consistently. Let me share one more story about money and building. When I launched my first affiliate program, I was nervous about giving away 60%. My first affiliate made a sale in the first week. 28 euros and 20 cents went to the affiliate. I received 18 euros and 80 cents. My first instinct was to feel like I lost money. I gave away more than I kept. But then I thought about it differently. That sale would not have happened without the affiliate. The customer did not know me. They knew the affiliate. The affiliate built the trust. The affiliate made the introduction. The affiliate closed the sale. Without the affiliate, there would be no 18 euros and 80 cents. There would be zero. So I did not lose 28 euros. I gained 18 euros that I would not have had. That shift in perspective changed everything. I stopped thinking about commissions as a cost. I started thinking about them as revenue I would not have otherwise had. Before I close, let me say one more thing about money and building. Money is not the goal. Money is the fuel. You do not build apps to make money. You make money to keep building apps. The money you earn is not the end. It is the means. It is what allows you to keep creating, keep serving, keep growing. The moment you start building only for money, you lose the magic. The moment you start building for purpose and let money follow you, keep the magic forever. Money is a good servant, but a terrible master. Make sure you are the master. If you want to learn how to build apps that make money and manage that money wisely, join me at 7D AI Academy. I teach not just the technical skills of building, but the financial skills of running a sustainable app business. Search for 7D AI Academy online and start your journey today. I am Smarty, and this has been episode 6 of Vibe Coding with Purpose. In the next episode, we are going to talk about the mental dimension, how building apps sharpens your mind, and how a sharp mind builds better apps. See you there.